Me. 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 Me.
Whew, that I'm glad I got that before I got too far. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Next on Deck is our weekly NXT preview show. It's we get to cover one of our favorite shows of the week from WWE, NXT tonight. We were off yesterday because Raw was on at 3 p.m. and I was working the shift on that one. And yeah, by the time we all got home and got ready, Raw was over. So we figured we'd do it today. Some of the boys will be joining me later once everybody gets a chance to get home and get settled. But we have a lot to talk about, so I figured we'd start a little early. I know Batty, I saw Batty in the comments earlier. What's going on, Batty? Yeah, we're early as hell. We're early as hell. But thank you for joining us. If you're, whether you're at Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube, we appreciate all the views. And yeah, things we need to get into. First off, NXT Heatwave or WWE Heatwave officially, and AEW Forbidden Door both took place over the weekend. Very different shows. I know people love to do comparisons, especially when they're on the same day. It's not fair to go after NXT, comparing them to an AEW and New Japan combined show. It's a little rough. Both shows are fun, I thought, personally. I had fun with them. Some big news from each event. Of course, there were some injuries that were being dealt with before the show took place, and now immediately after Forbidden Door, basically, we kind of learned 2 or 3 people in AEW were going to be gone for a while dealing with injuries and possibly getting some surgeries done. We're going to get into that. We're going to also talk about Raw or yesterday, which is, decent. You know, it was all right. Um, it's tough because, I asked the boys earlier today their thoughts on this. Clash in Paris does not look great on paper. You know, Clash in Paris uh, leaves a lot to be desired, you know, and when you do the kind of pay per views or PLEs now that WWE does, where you do a lot or you only do 4 to 6 matches, you know, on each show compared to other places that do 7 to 10 or what have you. Every match on the card, if it's only 4 to 6, nearly every match on that card has got to be top tier, has got to pull in some major eyes. And unfortunately, Clash in Paris just doesn't have that. You know, there's not really a match on that card that I'm looking at as like, oh, I need to see this from any point as far as like maybe Roman and Bronson Reed, just because both those guys are great and they'll give us something interesting. But you know, you take a look at this card and it's John Cena and Logan Paul, and Cena's last run has been a little tough, and Logan Paul, you either love him or you hate him, and I can't stand the guy, so I don't really care about Logan Paul matches. The world title match between Seth and Punk and Uso and LA Knight, interesting, but we just kind of know how that's going to end. Sheamus and Rusev, good God, this could be on Raw. They've had 3 matches so far. This could be on Raw for sure. It's going to be an old-fashioned Donnybrook match, which, as Michael Cole stated yesterday on Raw, no DQ, no count-out, which is, they have 15 or so matches that are it's the exact same stipulation. It just happens to have a different name for whatever town they're in. A Philly street fight. This is the old Donnybrook because they are in Europe, and that's just kind of what Sheamus does. That's the matches they end up doing. One time they did it with Jeff Hardy, and it was in a bar, and that was a little different. But nothing on this card. And if you feel different, I'd love, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Nothing in this card is sticking out to me. Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella, even that where you're like, both are big names as far as star potential, but or not potential, star power. But that's really it. That's really that's the card. So Raw yesterday had the unfortunate duty of trying to convince people to watch Clash in Paris this weekend, and I don't think it happened for me. But if anybody here feels different, let me know. Your thoughts on Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift getting engaged? You know what? Good for them. Good for them. I will let you know, T. And hey, by the way, T. Hey, I will let you know. There were 3 or 4 people that I immediately thought of in my life that when I saw that news, I sent them a text to see if they heard about it. One, of course, being a very good friend of the show, Mr. Justin D. Baxley, who we shout out at the end of every show. J-Dog's a big Swiftie, always has been. So him, and then my a very good friend of mine, my godson's mother, and a few others. I definitely like sent them, hey, congratulations, you got some big news, That's cool. It's a cool thing. Happy for him, wish him the best. I think I'm not the kind of football fan that like has blind hatred for anything that's not my team. So I really don't have a strong opinion on Kelce. He's a good player. He's a great player. I don't care about Swift showing up at NFL games. Like, people get upset about it, and talk about how it's taking away from the sport or whatever. No, it's just they show celebrities at every game, man. So she happens to be at more than others. It's fine. But I wish them the best. I wish them the best. That's awesome. I did see somebody ask the president about that, which I thought was a weird thing to ask. But we move on. So we're going to get into Raw. We're going to get into NXT's preview tonight. We're going to talk about Heatwave and Forbidden Door. But unfortunately, and anybody that's been plugged into the wrestling side of news since this weekend, you all know where we're going. You know exactly what we're about to talk about. This insane moment that happened over the weekend, where Rampage Jackson's son showed up to a wrestling event, an indie wrestling event, Knox Pro Wrestling Academy, which is probably run by legend himself, Rikishi, of WWE fame and the bloodline, and the Usos' father. But I was a big fan of Rikishi back in the day. That's probably my first favorite wrestler as a kid. I just thought he was cool. Yeah, one of the promotions that he's kind of responsible for ran a show over the weekend, and this indie wrestler, Army veteran, named Psycho Stu. Psycho Stu saw Rampage Jackson's son Raja, who is apparently was a big streamer on Kick, another one of the streaming services, and he had a film crew with him, filming him walking up to the venue. Stu saw him, apparently thought Raja might be some kind of worker, so he decided, all right, we're gonna grab a can here, and then boom, crash it on his head, set something up for later in the night. There are fans out here, they're gonna see it. Cool shit, right? But unfortunately for Stu, that was not the case. Raja was not there to work, and things got a little heated. Apparently, after it happened, an hour or two after everything kind of calmed down, they were able to shake hands on 3 separate occasions, and Stu explained everything to him and apologized. And Raja, seemed a little pissed, as is understandable, but was kind of okay with letting it go. And then this is where everything turns and it gets very dark. And I'm debating whether or not we're going to show the footage. It is nasty stuff. It really is. He essentially is told to go get a receipt later on during the night during Stu's match. So he rolls in, picks him up, slams Stu down. The slam was part of the bit, was part of the show. They had agreed essentially to have him come in, slam him, get his lick back, and then, I'm assuming that was supposed to be the end of the match for a reason we're going to talk about in a little bit. But instead of that being the end, Raja sits up and proceeds to hit Psycho Stu over and over again. About, I believe, 20 to 23 punches. I've not gone back to count them, but depending on, from what I saw, it was around 20. And then every other report I've seen is like 20, 21, 23 punches to an unconscious man. He ended up choking. Psycho Stu was choking on his own blood and his teeth when this happened. Raja knocked most of his teeth out, and there was a podcast that came up recently over the weekend that we're going to take a quick listen to in a second. A friend of Stu's, and also the man that really put a stop to everything. And we're going to hear from his side. What does Rampage Jackson look like? Just a young. I mean, he's 25, young, muscular kid. You know, he's Rampage Jackson's son, so he's real. He's big, and he's gotten into MMA a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna hear a clip from there because the man that really got on top of things and made sure nothing got worse than it already was, and it was really a bad situation, was Douglas Mallow. And he talks to the Scaling Up podcast, which came up yesterday, where they got to talk to him for about 30 minutes, discussed what happened before the show, what happened during the show, what happened after the show, right? Why all this was allowed to happen. And it just, everything we've learned about it since the first video popped up has made it just so much worse. And we've seen some wrestlers take some stances on it. And I'm not going to get into that now. But I know Mark Henry blames Stu. And I saw Rob Van Dam was talking about it on his podcast last night. And not fully blames Stu, but Mark probably partly blames Stu, which, you know, he shouldn't have just done that to someone he thought was like, he should have made sure that guy was not a worker before he did that. But that doesn't excuse what happens later on in the night when he is almost beaten to death. The issue is not only how bad that was, but Raja, first off, the person that told Raja to go get his lick back, originally the story was that there was the promoter of Knox Pro, right? The story originally was after the whole beer can incident, Raja was met by the promoter. He said, "Hey, let's get something together here. You come to the match. During the match, I'll give you a cue. You go in there, slam them, get out of the ring. You know, a cool little thing for people that saw what happened earlier to witness." Turns out, not him. That was not the promoter. That was another wrestler, Andy something, and which we'll hear on this podcast. That I'm going to show a clip of. Who apparently, and this is where it becomes hearsay. I don't know if this is true, but he says that Andy and Stu had some issues backstage, had some personal beef. So he believes that Andy set Stu up to get attacked by Rampage's son. And then Raja, again, he's a kick streamer, or he was. He got kicked off the platform that night. He's sitting there with his phone looking at the comments. And all these comments and all the people watching are telling him or hyping him up or pissing him off. Don't let anybody embarrass you like that. How could you let somebody disgrace you like that on camera? Yada, yada, yada. Just a bunch of idiots that fueled the flame here and made it. I don't know if it would have happened as bad as it did had those comments not gone through, but Raja was clearly personally offended by what happened. And then those comments came in and it got worse. So he's sitting there at ringside, looking at his phone, looking at these comments, boiling, getting more upset about what happened earlier. And he does say on camera, clear as crystal, this man essentially says that he's going to beat this man down for real. He says, "It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real life. I'm going to punch his ass for real. I'm not going to fuck him up too bad." He's saying these comments, and nobody from Knox Pro is paying attention to this, or if they are, they don't think he's really going to do anything. But they're seeing the situation boil over. And Dan here says that somebody from the promotion says, "Hey, we got a situation happening." They don't really explain it to him, but they say this thing might happen, this thing might pop off. Can you be around in case something happens? Instead of fucking security or something else, you know. They put another wrestler in danger here. So when he gets the signal, he's boiling over. He has lost rationale. He is fully into having to save face and prove himself and look tough on camera, not just for the people there, but for whoever the hell he was streaming to on Kick. They were telling him that, you know, if he didn't get his lick back and if he didn't really get in there and do something to this guy, that he was a pussy, that he was, you know, it's just one of those things where a young person let the internet influence him a bit too much. And I don't know if he has any personal mental issues or not. Dan here accuses him of that, but he beat the guy's face in. Unconscious. I mean, he was unconscious before he started throwing a punch. Kanisha, what's going on? How you doing? We're just talking about the situation with Rampage Jackson's son. Haven't talked about much yet. The other boys will be here soon, probably about 30 or 40 minutes. I just figured I'd get on here now and go ahead and kind of talk about this because it's going to take up a large part of the show, and we've already got so much to get into. So I figured I'd kind of take the handle on the lead on this. But yeah, beats his face in. He's unconscious when he gets slammed. And Raja is a trained MMA fighter. So an MMA fighter would know when someone's knocked out. They would also know, hey, don't keep beating the fuck out of somebody if they're unconscious. Anybody would know, hey, if someone's unconscious, you don't hit them in the head. Like, it was bad. And this guy, he wails on him and wails on him and he wails on him and he wails on him. And about, I think, 3 or 4 punches in, the ref in the ring realizes something's wrong. But then he keeps going. And then by the 15th punch, somebody's coming into the ring. It's Dan. He sees what happened, rushes in. He's the first one there to try to do something about it. A lot of other wrestlers finally join in, and they pull Raja to the corner to fix things, to try to calm him down. And for some reason, some other wrestler that was in the match decides, I'll go ahead and pin this unconscious man who's choking to death on his own blood and teeth. I'll go ahead and pin him to make sure I look good. Ref counts at 1, 2, 3. And it's a whole barrel of shit. And a lot of people were only blaming Raja here, but it's a lot of failures from multiple angles. After the incident, Rampage Jackson goes on social media and says that his son was dealing with a concussion last week. So he was still having issues with that when he went to the show, which is that's a failure on their part of why the hell was he going there to do something like this if he was dealing with a concussion? Why was he streaming on Kick if he was dealing with a concussion? Was that concussion public knowledge? Did Kick know he was concussed? So that puts them into the situation, right? And then everything with the promotion allowing it to happen. And then the part that really sucks. It all sucks, but this part is really insane. The school, first off, the school was a WWE ID school. It was a WWE ID school, meaning that WWE had put their kind of seal of approval on them. You know, they kind of sit there and look at the talent that are there. They work with the promoter and kind of get some things going, kind of prop them up a little bit, take some talent whenever they can. But as of Sunday, it seems that is no longer the case. They have severed ties with Knox Pro, and that's understandable, rightfully so. I don't blame them for that one bit. But after the show, the promoter and everybody there is telling other wrestlers not to talk about it. especially when it comes to the police. There is no excuse for letting somebody that is in your care, one of your wrestlers, get beaten to nearly into a coma, nearly to death. I mean, if they didn't jump in by the time they did, who knows? He might have gotten beaten to death in that ring. And it's just a bad situation. It's just a bad situation. And it gets worse the more we hear about it. I'm going to play a clip here of Dan talking about this situation and what happened to Stu. And he's upset because he's friends with the guy. He's pissed. Rightfully so. He's furious. So he's going to be saying a lot of intense shit. So we're just playing a quick clip here, and then we're gonna move on. But yeah, it's rough. It's real rough. Oh, just in time. Looks like we might be getting somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, my forever co-host, the forever Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Matty Reigns. What's going on, Matt? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing A-okay. Happy that Tuesday is over with for me at work. Nothing crazy happened. Right? Well, not until the end. Somebody tried to tell me I did something wrong, and I asked for help. And then the person I asked for help was like, "No, you did it right." I was like, "I wish I had asked you before I had already reversed." After I'd already undid what I had done. But then another person came up and said, "Oh, you did this wrong." So I asked him again, and he was like, "No, you did it right. They don't know what they're talking about." So I was like, "Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. I did this right. Now leave me alone so I can go home." picked up some Qdoba, so dinner is already taken care of. We are just ever so closer to my vacation. So yeah, staying here. I thought about going to Cincinnati, but it costs too much. It costs $40. It's $45 for a round trip bus ticket. Cool. It's $250 for anywhere I want to stay. I'm like, oh,
that's so fucking pricey. Jesus Christ.
That's an Airbnb for $250. Not
Airbnbs
hotel room.
Airbnbs
A
are
hotel
scary.
room. Yeah, because I was like, if I get an Airbnb, I still have to worry about eating. If I get a hotel room, I'm going to pay more than $250. But it's going to be more than $250. They were like, "But you get breakfast included." I was like, "Yeah, I get one meal taken care of. I still got to take care of lunch and dinner."
Stale ass cereal and this milk that's been a little warm for 30 minutes. Awesome.
So I told myself, I was like, yeah, by the time I do all this stuff on the trip, and then I go to Cincinnati, I'm going there obviously for beer. I was like, yeah, by the time everything is all said and done, I could have bought a PS5. So that's how the PS5 came into the picture. I was like,
I mean, I don't blame you.
Hey. I was like, I could just buy a PlayStation 5 and chill at home for the week and buy beer and bourbon, because that's all in my backyard here. Not literally. I wish. I would be live from my backyard if it was beer and bourbon.
We won't be able to get you one. We won't be able to get you one. You'll be too damn busy.
Right. But what have I missed so far? I know it's been a
literally just the Rampage Jackson son Raja situation. Like, it's been.
Oh my goodness, Lord, y'all! That boy going to jail.
Yeah, I
is going to jail.
I debated playing the clip of the.
Don't even play it.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not.
Don't even play it.
Y'all can find it if y'all want to. I promise you, it's easy to find. It is not hard to get. Kenny, I think, sent it to us on like Saturday, like midnight Saturday.
Midnight Saturday, because I had kind of seen it off and on, and I think I might have been either drunk or just half asleep on Saturday. I don't remember. But when I saw it, it was like, okay, this is Rampage Jackson's son. Like, it hadn't blown up like to me yet, and then it was like, because I didn't really register it, and then once I saw the video that led up to that. It's like, so this kid didn't know wrestling wasn't real. That's what I get out of it. Like, they told you, because I can give the whole brief recap. So supposedly we'll just act like Rampage's son is Brock Lesnar. They had an agreement. Hey, you're gonna, because that's essentially what they're trying to do. They're just trying to do a fake Brock Lesnar type of deal. He showed up.
Since you mentioned that, T also.
Not
a real Brock
like
Lesnar.
he shows up. He's an MMA fighter, and they're supposed to be blurring the lines. He is already supposed to know. Apparently, they already told him wrestling is not real. But this guy, aka Greg, is going to walk up to you, Matt, and hit you with a beer can. I repeat, Matt, Greg is going to walk up to you and hit you with a beer can. Retaliate, but remember, it's fake. So they did that. They did that segment. I saw that, and I'm just like, all right, this is it. Apparently, this boy, if you say up, that means down. Up is down is up. Because he wasn't listening to a single fucking word. You see the video, he's sitting in the crowd, and you literally hear him say, I'm getting ready to go into the ring and hit this guy for real. Now, in all wrestling, we all know, we know one shot is enough, because they know in a tussle, hey, if you get accidentally hit, we understand that. Nah, he went in there and literally beat this man's ass, because it was all bad from the jump. He came in there, as soon as he picked him up, I was like, that is not a Farouk spine buster. He picked him up and just basically tackled him. That was imagine if a wide receiver was in the open field, that guy grabs him, and instead of just tackling him, he picks him up and slams him. What happens in football? Flag. Unnecessary roughness. That's instantly what that was. It's like, yo, that is not wrestling. That is fighting. Why? And then he got on top of him, and we've seen this in UFC. Dude, what are you doing? That man was knocked out. He was already basically knocked out from getting picked up, because he wasn't expecting to get slammed on his head. He got slammed, and the back of his head hit the mat. He was already asleep. Then his son, this stupid ass Raja kid, decides to get on top of him and ground and pound.
An unconscious man.
An unconscious man who just happens to be like, this is why I say he's going to jail. He's already was going to go to jail. But the dude you beat up is a veteran, an Army veteran who suffers from PTSD and found wrestling as his channel, all of that, for him to get this. Wrestling is his therapy. He discovered wrestling as a way to help him through his PTSD. So you would beat up a guy who's probably been honorably discharged from the Army.
yeah, cookies, yeah.
Right.
And now wrestling is forever ruined for him, and probably triggers people. Yeah, like
and now,
the thing that helped him, that was like therapeutic for him, has now
going to have to be helped to be. He's going to have to get rehabilitated once more.
My God, did you see? So I'm about to play a clip from this podcast. Did you see it? The Scaling Up podcast, where they had the guy on that broke the fight up. All right, so yesterday,
bravo to him, because I would have been scared as shit.
Oh, he's a big dude, but he says like, hey, look, I'm not a violent person. I didn't want to see my friend getting hurt. But they posted it yesterday. It's unlisted now, but they posted it yesterday on YouTube around 9:00, and it blew up. And he talks about the situation that happened beforehand, about how after the beer incident, because he confused Raja for a worker, and kind of apologized, and they shook hands 3 or 4 times, and they thought the beef was squashed. Apparently, when Raja got told, "Hey, go run in on this match, get your lick back, and it'll be this thing that we do," it wasn't a promoter that told him that. It was just another wrestler named AJ.
Oh my goodness!
Who apparently, according to this man Dan that we're going to listen to here in a sec, he says that guy has always had it out for Psycho Stu.
Wow. So
So
he basically
he set him up.
Set him up to get fucking murked.
Yeah.
And that folks, because I said it in the chat yesterday. It might have been yesterday or it was earlier today. This is literally, we were talking about how we love Dark Side of the Ring, but honestly, they're starting to run out of stuff. Boom! There is a new Dark Side of the Ring episode.
Yeah. And I mean, like we've been talking about for 30 minutes, and it's still, we haven't even scratched the surface. Like, it's not just that, it's that he beat this man. He beat him so bad he was choking on his own blood and teeth.
Like, we haven't had any updates on him. All they're saying is all I've heard, he's stable. That's about it. Because it's like
the thing about that is that
you know he's fucked up.
Yeah. Rampage claimed that he had already left the hospital. That wasn't the case.
No.
As of yesterday, stable was a as best as they can put it.
That's all I've seen is he's stable.
Yeah. But Dan here, and I'm about to play it now, he says that he's gonna have to like learn to do things again. Like he had some serious brain damage, and some that they really won't know how bad it's affected him until days or weeks down the line. You know?
Oh my goodness.
This here I'm gonna play is not that.
Oh, okay.
But instead, Nox Pro is telling them to not cooperate with the cops on this.
You have to.
You'd think so.
You have to, because that's just, you're obstructing justice. We all have seen the tape. That was a crime. That was a crime.
Yeah. So this is Dan here. Okay. He's the one that put a stop to the fight. I believe it's this guy, and this guy's their pod, and this guy here also talks about it later on. But this is Dan talking about how Nox Pro is telling them to not speak to the police.
But the most disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed, and there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police.
And they have a group chat here showing
evidence,
showing the messages.
On evidence of them obstructing justice.
That's the crazy part about all this, Matt, is it's not like, oh, well, if you know, as he said, she said on what happened. No, everything was caught on camera. Even Raja saying he was going to beat this man up was caught on camera because he was streaming.
Like, the only thing that we didn't know about, we saw what I thought was a segment was part of the deal. It was like, oh, this is fake. And I didn't even know, and you had just said it, like, oh, he mistaked him for another worker. He thought he was a wrestler. He apologized. They squashed it. And I'm like, all right, cool. So that just makes you even look worse now, because I thought you knew this was fake. Oh, Stu made a mistake, apologized, you accepted the apology, and now you renege on the apology. It was like, no, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
No, that dude, Raja, not only are you gonna go to jail, Raja, if I was you, I would be talking about old boy as much as I can, because he's gonna get locked up too. Some way, somehow, they're gonna find a way to get that other dude.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're gonna get the guy that set him up. Raja gonna get the worst of it.
And Raja had him on camera.
Yeah,
on his stream telling him to do it. So like,
because I heard the voice. Because I was like, "Hey, go in there and get your lick back." And I was just like, "Who? I don't know. I didn't know who it was. I thought it was a promoter." Come to find out, no, it's just a random. It's a coworker who's just telling him, "Hey, go in there and beat that dude's ass." Man, I don't like him. I've been trying to get somebody. Finally, somebody he don't know he don't know. So yeah, go in there and get your lick back, man. He was talking shit after y'all squashed. Go in there and beat his ass real quick. Roger, not knowing any better.
And this guy Douglas Malo, he even says, like, like he pretty much got used by this guy to take
there's
out.
two victims in this. There's two
Yeah.
victims. Stu is the worst of the worst.
Mhm.
Raja, the aggressor in all this, is a victim, unfortunately, because that guy knew he was impressionable. He's new. He don't know anything. So he's just like, yep, remember that dude who poured that beer on you? But he said he was sorry now. He wasn't sorry. He was just playing. Go in there and get your lip back. Get your lip back real quick.
And then he had, all his comment section lighting him up, like, you can't let that man embarrass you like that. How are you going to let him embarrass your name? And then, but yeah, so
and there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extremely dishonest. You guys let your friend almost die, and now you're trying to have people lie for you. And fuck you to every single person who replied to them, yes, sir. You are all weak sacks of shit, and I hope you rot in hell. You are wasting oxygen that other people could be breathing. Go fuck yourself. And if you continue to be complacent in this investigation and you side with the people who you know are in the wrong, I wish nothing but the worst for you.
Is there anything else, I guess, any inside information that people don't know about yet that they would be interested in?
How many episodes we got?
Talking about this whole situation, of course.
Well,
so yeah, that's y'all. If you want to go see this whole thing, it is the Scaling Up podcast. I'll post a link. I know it got unlisted, so I'll put a link in the chat so anybody on Twitch or YouTube can see it and go check it out themselves. It's about 30 minutes.
That is. I'm glad you put which was a WWE ID promotion, because they are definitely going to lose that distinction. They're going to lose that fairly quickly.
Yeah, they already took the WWE ID thing off of their social medias. Yeah,
and they're probably this Knox Pro. It was nice knowing y'all. Grant, you guys had a quiet opening. We didn't know y'all like that. You're having a big ass closing. Because there is no way you guys are reopening. You're not reopening. Like that dude said, for those people that say, yes, sir, y'all are stupid. Y'all are really fucking stupid. Because not only did they leave evidence, whoever said yes, sir, because I'm pretty sure they're going to tell who it is. You're getting blacklisted out of the industry.
Oh, they had the real names, everybody, like on the.
You're fucked in this. You might as well, whatever your real job is, you better get to it, because you're not about to be a wrestler. You're not. If you did this, you're being complicit in withholding information, obstructing justice, and on a place that was basically the minor leagues for the big place you want to get to be. No, you're not going. It's gonna fuck your wrestling ability. They're gonna be like, you were complicit in withholding information. So what? How can we trust you here in WWE? You couldn't even do that in the minors of the minors of the minors. Like, this is essentially, like, I'm sure they all wanted to be wrestlers, but them saying yes sir is gonna fuck them over in the long run.
It's a situation of. And we talked about it before with the McMahon steroid trial, where it's like, protecting the boys in the business. Like, no, this man got beaten to near death, and his family was there, according to the guy in this video.
Like, so that's just straight up assault. This is straight up assault.
It's premeditated.
Yeah,
because it was that Rampage paints it as a few moments before this happened, the guy threw a beer at my son and broke it over his head. That's not what happened. That happened hours beforehand, and then they shook hands. If this guy died, it would be a premeditated murder.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it would be aggravated assault with intent to cause bodily harm, because he intended to cause bodily harm.
And they've already said that other guy was on top of that. They're going to find a way to loop him into it, because they're going to be like, Raja, you're in trouble, but someone amped you up to do this. Who amped you up? Blase, this person. All right, you gonna get these charges too. Because if you didn't amp him up, he wouldn't have beat his ass. He was sitting there minding his business, just doing whatever he was supposed to be doing, streaming. And you hear it clear as that. Hey, go in there and get your lit back.
And
I'm about to go in here and hit this guy for real. I'm like, huh?
and again, and after all we've said, Matt, it gets worse. Like,
right.
And of course, Mr. Rivers here, correct. It would be obstruction. Like it's
obstruction.
They're trying to hide one crime with another.
Yeah.
There's this Reddit thread that I found 2 days ago that has been keeping up with all of the stuff that's happened since. I'm also going to post that in the chat for anybody that wants to look at that. It's crazy. And one of the things that happens is they said that Stu flatlined in the ring. They had to bring him back to life. So he did kill him. And they brought him back to life. And I can't. But like you said, it's also Raja being used to do this. And it's on the promotion for letting that happen with somebody that's not trained in the business. It's on that motherfucker, AJ Mana, for setting it up.
Yeah.
And Raja, of course, is going to he deserves a harsh sentence for what happened. But you do feel bad because it's like he got used.
He definitely got used. And I didn't know that until I got on here. And as soon as you said that, I was like, he's a victim also.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
He went from being the aggressor and looking like a complete asshole to, hold up, your dad was kind of correct then. He didn't know what he was doing. And it's like, yeah, we see he didn't know what he was doing. He was being directed. He's just doing what he's being told to do. Hey, go in there. Like I said, this is how I really think it went down. Go in there and beat his ass. He said he was sorry. He's not sorry. He was lying. He was talking shit to us in the back. He said, fuck you. He was talking hella shit about you. Go in there and get your lit back.
Yeah. It's and you know, we're gonna get into a lot of stuff because we have another hour and a half to talk about a lot of other shit. But I'm sure we're gonna talk about this again on Thursday. And I'm sure Kenny and Mike are gonna have opinions on it too.
Because charges haven't even been filed yet.
No. Oh my god, it's such a news story. Yeah, it's such a news story that like more will be found out before we're even done today.
Like it's blown up on social media, but no charges have been filed. So wait until charges. Wait till they actually try to charge him with something.
Yeah, and before you get on, I did say, and I'll say it again, there is no reason because he's trained in MMA like his dad.
There's no reason he should be in wrestling. Why are you in wrestling?
But also, he should know if someone's knocked out to not fucking hit him in the face over and over again. Because Matt, it was 23 punches to an unconscious man.
If y'all watch that video, it gets uncomfortable after probably about the fifth punch.
That's what I said. I said you can see the ref get confused and concerned.
The ref is like
right around the fifth punch.
He wants to go in there and he's like, he's gonna beat my ass too. That's why I was like, when you showed that clip, I was like, shout out to the person who stopped him, because I would have been like the ref, like, hey, and because he tried to stop him and then he kind of like did that at him and he's like, hey, I'm gonna get out the ring. Because at that point, it's like, someone has to help this man. He's getting beat. Someone has to help him.
Yeah, it's just it's a shitty situation.
When it's not UFC or in a setting where we're used to seeing that, it's uncomfortable because in UFC they're that ref is gonna go in there and do something. But in wrestling, oh no, because that's just a regular person.
Bro, look, Herb Dean's gonna let a fight go a little while, but when it's time to stop, he's knocking your ass.
Right.
Get your ass off here. So
Little
yeah,
Nate's?
but
no.
I'm gonna put this guy's tag here for anybody that wants to go look at his stuff. This is the man that saved Psycho Stu's life, Douglas Milo. His tag on Instagram is just the epic with 2 underscores in between the words.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah, the guy's a hero. And he said that, he's been checking with him, and as of yesterday, he was still. It was intense. He's stable, but he might never be the same again. He doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember that day. Not just the fight. He doesn't remember that day.
I believe it because he got dropped directly on the back of his head.
Yeah.
And then thanks to Raja and the other guy hyping him up while he's punching him, his head's still bouncing. Like it's like literally just like your head is against the wall, but someone's just like bump, 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 and you're just doing that. That's so. Of course, he doesn't remember. Not to be funny, his medulla oblongata got fucked up. Like just plain and simple.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, like we talked about before, he was an Army veteran that used wrestling to help with his PTSD. And we've seen a lot of like famous wrestlers. Miro Rusev was on Twitter earlier, sharing it. Chris Jericho, of course, because say what you want about Jericho. That man donates cash on cash on cash.
I need to get hurt. I need to get hurt.
Man, I'll tell you right now, when we did the GoFundMe when I was sick, I was like, please let Chris Jericho.
I was just over here like, Jericho, why ain't you donate to Greg? Come on now.
Nah, that's
because he'd be quick to put his first and last name out there. Chris Irvine donated $5,000.
$5,000. Yep. Hell, I hate Mr. Beast's guts. I hate that man with a passion. Mr. Beast donated $10,000 and said anything his family needs, bills, what have you, I'm going to cover it. So like, I hate that man, but damn it, you can't hate. It's like you'll see the Pauls do that shit too, and it's like I hate those motherfuckers. But hey, at least people that have money are doing something with it.
They know a fucked up situation when they see one. Like if you watch that video, if anyone watches that video and says, "Yep, Stu had it coming." Excuse me,
bro. Did you see fucking Mark Henry? You see Mark Henry?
Mark Henry is stupid. I saw it. I saw that when I was at lunch, and I was like, I'm not even gonna click on this because I was like, Mark Henry. Every time you say something smart, for like two or three times you say something smart, you say something that just erases all of that.
Yeah,
and this is
one of them.
He's been doing so great. He's talking about Hulk Hogan. He admitted. You can't be friends with a admitted racist. Thank you, Mark Henry. That's what we've been telling everybody. Like, nobody want to fuck with Hulk Hogan. The man literally said he don't like black people. Why would I, as a black person, be up in his face? Thank you, Mark
Henry. Common sense.
But he's like, oh, Stu had it coming. Yeah. What the fuck you mean Stu had it coming? Stu didn't even see Raja coming.
I don't know where I saw like the quote. I don't remember exactly. I know it wasn't on Busted Open that he said it, but it's one of those things. You're like, what the fuck? How can you look at all of this and say, yes, Stu deserved that? Like, what the fuck are you saying? What are you talking about? But there are a lot of people that are saying that. Oh, he had to get his lick back. No, this isn't fucking middle school where somebody. It's not prison either, where somebody you gotta get your like. It's like it was a work can. It was not even a real beer can. It's not like he cracked it over the guy's head. He puts it on the guy's head, takes his hand. So he was more embarrassed than anything. And that's why he had to almost die and had to get resuscitated. That's why he lost most of his teeth. That's why he'll never be the same again. That's not okay.
Because he literally did that. Like, I saw what I thought was the work shoot, and I'm like, that didn't warrant what you did.
Yeah.
It's like,
exactly. You look at it, you're like, that was it? That's what caused this? And again, it's those people that were in his comments hyping his ass up.
Yeah.
And the fucker that told him to go do it.
Because it's literally the equivalent of me, like, stepping on your toe.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, my bad. Oh, no, you know what? I spilled something on you. My bad for spilling that. I'll clean it up. Hey, least I can do, I'll get you some napkins. Hey, I can pay your dry cleaning bill. This is the least I can do if it's going to fuck it up that bad. Hey, the end. Because at the end of the day, apologies were exchanged. An apology was exchanged and it was accepted. So,
on video.
Why am I getting my ass beat?
Yeah, like that's the thing is like he apologized, he accepted it on video. Like it
That's
wasn't
why
like
I really-
backstage they squashed it. You see
Wait.
it happen.
Raja's gonna say that other guy said what Matt basically said. He told me that he was talking shit about me in the back. He said that he didn't mean that apology. Cause there is no way, or that dude is just an asshole. Was like, hey, he 18, he believe anything. Go in there and get your lit back. Either way, that other guy is going to he's getting charged with something.
Yeah,
He has to.
It's just a sad situation, and he's so young, man. Like it's that you riled up this angry person who has he has issues with his dad, and it's just like it. We gotta get on to other stuff, but yeah,
I know what Raja gonna do. Raja gonna be smart when he getting with them cops. Who told you to hit him?
That man right there. See that weird ass cowboy hat? That man right there.
That guy. You better point. Use your whole hand, all your limbs. Point.
So yeah, just a real shitty situation. I'll find the GoFundMe too and post if you want to go look at it. But prayers to Psycho Stu, brother.
Yes.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, man. Jesus Christ. It's
this ain't wrestling ain't like this. What you seeing all these people rallying around you, Psycho Stu, this is wrestling. This is professional wrestling.
Yeah. Not the people and like old Douglas said on that video, not the people that claim to be his family but said yes sir when they were told not to talk to the cops. Like these people don't care about you. But there are people that do. And I think it's great to see at least the community actually come around to support this man. And
right.
Like I said, we'll talk about more on Thursday because we're going to have more to talk about, I'm sure. But we got some stuff to get into. Of course, New Japan and AEW have Forbidden Door over the weekend. Pretty fun show. Our boys, my boys, Brodito, Brody King, and Bandito.
Man, shot the hell out of me.
I
don't even know how
I don't think any of us picked them. I don't think any of us.
No, that's why I was shocked when I won predictions. I was like, how did I win this show? And we just kept missing a lot of stuff. That's all right because I lost on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I forgot to tell chat. Cookies. You're still champion, brother. You had a hell of a run, my friend, on New Japan's or AEW show. 9 out of 10. Nailed that shit.
Damn.
Only one that got wrong was Hurt Business. So
shoot, I got Hurt Business wrong. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's and then on the next night, all he missed was he had JC and Hank and Tank winning. That's it. Everything else, like he had a good run.
That's all right, Cookies. I had JC winning too, but I didn't keep my belt. That's all right. Forever the IC.
Hey, y'all see it right there, the burnt bush. I'm no longer champion. I told y'all that was happening. I told y'all that.
If our champ is one of the two people that ain't here, y'all gotta guess.
When they show up, they'll tell you.
You'll know when one of them shows up. It ain't us.
Nope, we didn't win shit. So yeah, New Japan and AEW had their joint show, Forbidden Door. Really fun stuff. It was pretty predictable. I think the worst anyone did on our side was like 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
So we did. It was pretty easy to see how most of that show was going, but it was fun.
It got honestly like I missed Forbidden Door. I was purposely missing it because I was just like I want to watch other stuff because I was like, bruh, I just got out of church. What you mean wrestling about to come on? I'm like, I need something else. Then when I went to go watch it, the streaming box had an outage. Oof. Only on the sports section.
Of course.
I was like, so I'm not watching no Forbidden Door. But that ending, the way they ended it.
Yeah. So
Chef's kiss, Tony. Chef's kiss.
We're not going to go over every detail of every show because we don't have the time for it.
Right.
But yeah, the end of the show was the Lights Out Steel Cage match. The good guys win, but the Death Riders, there is no doubt.
They were fucking smart. That was smart as fuck. If y'all didn't see this ending, that ending was that is just straight up being smart. That is common sense.
Go ahead and run it down. Run down.
Like the good guys win. All the good guys go up. Except the Death Riders and all them know that once Kenny Omega and all them win, they are going to strut. They're going to go to the top of the stage and pose. They're not going to stay in the ring. They left Will Ospreay alone in the ring while they're out there peacocking. It's the equivalent of when Christian was getting his ass beat and Edge had to do his full entrance.
Or if Matt's getting his ass beat and Jeff has to do his fucking
right. So they out here goodbye and good luck. Yeah, y'all doing all this. Bang. Guess what? Soon as Kenny Omega hit that little pose, they said, "Oh, so y'all gonna leave your boy out here? That's cool." Paradigm shift. Paradigm shift 3, paradigm shift 4, 5, 6, 7. He's like, oh wait, I think you good. No, you're not. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was like, oh, y'all are making sure this man is being written the fuck off.
Yeah. I had this. Of course, the big deal here: Ospreay and Strickland written off at Forbidden Door. Strickland, he's probably done for a while. Ospreay, they wrote that man off. That man might be dead. They're gonna have to bring him back to life. They hit him with that chair so fucking hard, it got wrapped around his neck.
This man, mind you, I missed the whole fucking match, but I saw this man get murdered with about 10 paradigm shifts. Because the one that got me, I was like, all right, man, he had it. I'm looking like the little boy in The Simpsons. Stop it, he's already dead. And then Cesaro, Claudio just picks him back up. And I'm like, oh, please, God, not another one. Nah, boom! I'm just like, no, his neck is actually fucked up, right? After a while, I'm like, how are y'all doing this safely? And his neck is actually fucked up.
That's the crazy part is he came in there with disc slip and sitting on his spine and like C3 and C4 issues apparently. C3, so that's like his neck and also his spine, right? And that's where we were like, why the fuck is he even in this match? And it's not like he didn't do crazy shit in the match. He was
just stuck with the gummy bears. The man did a flip over the ladder or whatever, or under the ladder, and then ate some gummy bears after it. And I'm just like,
yeah,
how is your neck still? And that's the one thing. Him, KO, Edge, those sort of people. How are you? Like I know Edge. Like Edge back when it happened. Like he went for WrestleMania with a fucked up ass neck. How are you wrestling? I will never want to know.
Didn't he say like 2 months beforehand? He was like, "Yeah, I couldn't feel my hand when I was throwing a ball with somebody." I was like, "Didn't you just wrestle 5 matches since then? What do you mean 2 months ago? Why did you wait until now?"
It's like how, like KO, how did you go through that whole match with Cody, getting put through ladders, and you had all that? Because once they start saying letters and numbers with your neck, that's scary. So how? You, especially you, Mr. Will Ospreay, you went through that whole match. And I was like, all right, I commend you. I'm thinking like, all right, he ain't gonna get killed. Like, I guess I know he gonna go. Man, like Greg said, that man is dead. We should be having a GoFundMe for Will Ospreay.
Yeah. He is gonna be out for surgery, so he's gone for a while. Swerve, Okada and crew make sure that Swerve's leg is bending the wrong way, so he will be gone for a while.
They better, Ospreay, you better not come back talking about so nobody came out there to help me, motherfucker. They didn't even give us a chance, because even when the ops came out there, it was too little, too late. You are already. They did like 5 paradigm shifts before they could even come out there. Before they even come through the tunnel, they paradigm shifted you to death. You were already dead when the op showed up to save you.
Yeah, it was.
Like, so you better not be a heel talking about you didn't save me, motherfucker. John Moxley didn't even give you a chance to be saved.
You were already dead, man.
You were already dead.
It's yeah, it was crazy. It really was, but it was a good show. It was a good show.
Yeah, that was
Tony Storm and
you
Athena
said.
had a great match. You know, they Athena
great
lost.
match.
I don't know who's going to beat Tony. Yeah, we were busting the same shit. Like, I don't know.
I don't know anymore. Like over the weekend, Mercedes, like before the show even started, Mercedes added another belt. She Mercedes 9 belts. I'm like, she could have been Mercedes 9 belts. She could have been Mercedes. She should be Mercedes 10 belts. What is the ending, TK? What are you doing? Tony Storm is getting close to treading Tiffany Stratton waters.
And you don't want that because you don't want people to be tired of Tony Storm. You don't want people to be tired of like Tony, because Tony, you can argue right now, Tony is their biggest star.
Yeah, she's their.
I think that's a fair argument.
Best champion, and it's like
don't make people get sick of Tony. Don't do that. That's
like don't make her Hulk Hogan. Like that's how you're making her like, oh no, nothing can defeat Super Storm. She's Super Cena.
And then that happens, and then you have people saying, "Oh, Mercedes runs her creative." So it's like, so now you have people upset about two women who are very dominant on your roster. So yeah, I don't know who's going to beat Tony, but I thought Athena would have been a great pick. Maybe Mercedes does it again. I don't know.
Right, they're gonna run Mercedes back now that she got a 9th belt, so she can have even number 10. I want to know what that's the creative that anybody needs to want to. The creative that everybody should want to know about is these 9 belts Mercedes got. Because who was about to beat Mercedes 9 times?
Bro, can you imagine she loses all those belts over like 3 weeks? And this is a loss.
Y'all are booking yourselves into like, either she gonna have to be like, you know what? I have so many belts, I don't have time to defend them. Take your little shitty belt back. Like it better be
8 belts. Could you imagine?
Once I win the AEW Women's Championship, that's what's gonna happen. I don't have time for these other 9 belts. Take them. This is the belt I only care about.
Give him the
what about the TBS one? Fuck it too. Because now they're teasing her beating Jade's record, and I'm like, hey, no, I always win. If she beats Jade's record, that's just TK erasing Jade out of AEW history, in my opinion. Because there's no reason anybody should even be threatening Jade Cargill.
That run was insane. That run was insane. 51-0 before she lost?
Yeah, like she lost to Chris Statlander and immediately went to AEW, went to WWE. Like,
and it was
as soon
like
as she lost.
They had her like get challenged by Statlander after she already had a match that night.
Yeah.
So they really did a good job of like protecting her in a loss. And even still,
and
that
she
would
defended that belt way more than Mercedes did. Mercedes is just walking around with it.
Bro, she was defending it on pay-per-view. She was defending it on TV. Like it was,
like it makes sense.
She wasn't a bad champion,
right? It makes sense as to why she would. It like there was nowhere else for her to go because she's like, I've wrestled everybody in AEW. I still need to get better. I gotta go to WWE. That's why TK. That's the one person where TK is just like,
nothing you can do about it.
I wish the best for her. We did everything we could.
Yeah. Because I mean, you're right. There's nothing at that point. There's nothing you can really do to change that mind. But yeah, a good show overall. Mostly predictable, but a really fun show. I definitely think Tony and Athena was the best match of the night. MJF and Hangman, after their match, during the media scrum, Tony puts his foot down on cashing in.
That man, I applaud him. I commend him for that. Because there has to be a difference. It has to be a difference in how, because essentially they're both Money in the Bank briefcases, except one is just not in a briefcase. You have to put the AEW spin on it, and the way he explained it makes perfect sense. Hey, if you're going to cash in, you got to give us a week's notice, because if you're going to cash in, we want to promote it,
and that makes sense. That makes sense. Like, it's not just like, oh, it's not fair to the person. It's like, no, you're costing our company money.
Yeah.
By not letting us properly promote this. So it's actually a great way to write that off and make sure, hey, we're going to do things differently, because the more you act like WWE,
The more you'll get ignored.
yeah, you'll have fans of AEW that get upset because you like WWE. You'll have WWE fans who aren't going to watch you because they're just loyal to WWE only. So that's not doing anything for anybody else. So might as well do it your way. And so now you have to do the Casino Gauntlet to win it, which is, again, I've said before, I love the Casino Gauntlet. It's a great idea, great match. And then you can cash in, but it's more about strategy and strategic placement. Maybe you want to cash in at your hometown. So, hey, a week from now in my hometown, I'm going to challenge for the belt, whatever. Like the champion can't say no. You know, MJF loves to say no to anybody that challenges him whenever he's champion. Well, you got the contract. He can't say no. This is it. Like it's a good idea. I like it.
I like it because it's at some point it's getting you out of, like you said, being like WWE. Because essentially it's just like, oh, the only difference is this is not in a briefcase. That's essentially it. You gotta find some way to break out of the built-in audience. Like WWE can do that because they have a built-in audience. Like regardless of how you think about it, WWE, like Kenny always says, they are the Ringling Brothers. They are the number one brand. They are the name brand of wrestling. So they can do that. They can get away with letting the person cash in at any time. Not just because they came up with the concept. It's just because they can do that because they have a built-in audience. They can get away with not. You're going to see the title match if someone cashes in, regardless. You're going to see it on a YouTube replay, or WWE is going to make sure you see them cashing in. But AEW, I like the way they're doing it because I like it that way. Hey, there's no reason to be like, oh, we see it all the time in WWE with the champion being down and out there. They've gotten their ass beat. Person comes out, cash in. We've seen every type of cash in on the man now. It's better. TNA has their way of doing the Money in the Bank briefcase, and it's essentially option C. Hey, you got a belt. You can cash in. You can cash in your feast or famine. Yeah, but you're not gonna keep that belt. You're not gonna keep that belt. Like that's their spin on it.
I love that. I love that so much. The idea of like, hey, you're our mid-card champion, and there's nothing else you can do, and you want to step up, give that belt up, and you get like, I love it. I think that's one of the best ways to do it.
It's like, oh, so you're a mid-card champion. This is TNA's way of, so you fucked around as mid-card champion and one feast or famine. Guess what, player? Congrats to you, but you're not about to be walking around here with two belts. So I want to go for it. Okay, we're gonna let you go for it, but remember, if you go up, if you want to challenge for the title, not only are you giving up that briefcase, you giving up that championship that's on your shoulder too. They're like,
not even like if you lose the belt. No, the second you sign this contract,
it's vacated. And it will be an Ultimate X match for your belt, probably.
Yeah, and that's like the ultimate risk versus ultimate reward. I love that. I love that so much. So I like every company having their own way to do it. And AEW, Tony in the past year has done a really good job of making business also kayfabe. So this is another example of it's a business decision, but also it's a great way to explain it in storyline why he can't do this. Like it really.
And I just look at it. I look at it like this: if I was a new fan, like if I was some little kid or somebody who didn't know anything about AEW, and I'm watching for the first time, and it just happens to be the week when the person with that cashes in, they're going to explain it to me. Hey, it's Hangman versus MJF. MJF has this contract, and that person's probably watching like, this is just like Money in the Bank. Wrong. The person with this briefcase has to give a week's notice in advance of their title match. There are no shockers because we want to be able to promote. We want all eyes on our main championship. This is the number one championship in our company. and we don't have time for fly-by-the-night title matches. We want all eyes on our championship.
Yeah, focus more on getting those eyes on the actual show as opposed to social media.
Yeah,
which is different from WWE, who they kind of prioritize social media more. So yeah, just a really great change. I love it. Heatwave also happened on Sunday.
All those links. Said, dude, super guilty.
Oh shit! I'm telling you, Daddy. Like it's not. There's no way you can like claim any kind of deniability.
He going to super jail.
all he can do is cooperate with the cops and say, "Hey, this guy told me to do this," and get AJ man.
That's why I said he better point all limbs. If he can point his ears, you better point them. Point everything at him.
I'm sure his dad's got money for a good lawyer.
Rampage!
He'll get a reduced
Rampage
sentence.
is probably trying to dig up Johnny Cochran if he could right now. Like, bruh.
You ain't kidding, brother. Good
We
God.
need the dream team. My son did not. My son didn't do it, y'all. It was him.
We got it on camera. Yeah, but I mean, it's a little grainy. You know, that's like 360p. You can't tell. You know,
Rampage. Oh my God, where did this 4K version come out of nowhere?
That's AI. That's what that is.
No, that is you guilty.
that is you dumb. Also, Heatwave happened. Heatwave happened like an hour after this.
Definition on heat. Definitely Heatwave happened.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I will say I'm happy that Dark State finally did something.
Shout out to Dark State. WWE, y'all gotta stop. I said it last week or a couple weeks ago. Y'all gotta stop with this throwing NXT out as a sacrificial lamb. Because last week, even that same show, they spent that whole show, because I know we're not gonna talk about the whole show. They spent that whole show just another day. They announced No Mercy. They announced like 2 shows. They announced No Mercy and NXT Homecoming. Because if y'all know what NXT Homecoming is, they coming back to the original stomping grounds of what I like to say. I really feel like this is the original NXT parking lot. The original NXT was built on an ancient Indian burial ground. That is the only reason I can explain all of the crazy stuff that happens in NXT and that parking lot. And now those spirits have transferred to the PC. That's just me being in wrestling. But I really feel like Full Sail. That is an ancient Indian burial ground.
It feels that way. And like, there are a lot of times where like, oh, Kenta's finally here. He's gonna he's injured in the parking lot. What happened? Yeah, he got injured. That's it. Nothing happened.
Right. Or someone gets jumped in the parking lot.
Yeah, Karrion Kross won the championship and he immediately has to vacate. Finn Balor goes up to Raw, wins the world title, immediately vacates because he didn't show respect to the parking lot before he left.
Eddie
so the spirits had to get him.
Rhea throws herself into a windshield. They're like, oh my God, someone attacked Rhea. I'm like, ain't nobody attacked Rhea. That girl just threw herself into the windshield because she saw Eddie Thorpe.
Rhea saw Eddie Thorpe's ass walking around and just went.
Like Naomi could have gotten away with everything if she had just lured Jade to NXT. She's like, I didn't do it. I did not do that. Jade just showed up and she fell into a windshield.
But yeah, this show, I will say, I think it's the first and last matches of this show were great.
Yeah, the in-between was.
I'd even say like the triple threat for the world title was fine. It just these aren't takeovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not. It wasn't a takeover. There wasn't no. The only takeover worthy matches were literally the first and the last. Like Kalani, Jada.
It was honestly done. It wasn't on this at the same time as Forbidden Door, but that this was like maybe someone will be like, "Hey, I'm already going to watch Heatwave. I'll just catch the clips of because you said that earlier." So like, I'm sure that's why they did it. But you got to have a better card than this. But Lola Vice, Jada Parker, and Kalani Jordan.
The Maddie's
Bravo.
Angels triple threat brought to you by me. I love all three of them. Not equally, of course. With everybody. Kalani, I love you, girl. You my baby. And then Lash, you probably second. Jada, Lola probably last. But Lola, I got Lola booked. I got her down to a science. It's simple with Lola. It's simple with all them. Jada, she got a fat ass. She gonna use that fat ass to beat you. Plain and simple. Kalani, my baby, she's tired of everybody thinking she's a little girl. She's tired of everybody thinking she's cute and sweet. She's still cute and sweet. That's my baby. But she gonna whoop that ass. She's mean. She's mean. And then Lola, she gonna whoop that ass. And after she whoops it, she gonna dance. That's what she always do. She gonna whoop that ass. She gonna shake it.
And the ending of this match is really great. They have beaten the shit out of Kalani by this point. Jada goes for the hypnotic.
I did book everything but the ending.
Jada Parker goes for the hypnotic, but Lola gets out of the way. It takes out Kalani. Lola rolls her up and pins Jada. 1, 2, 3. Lola is the new challenger for JC if JC's the champion by then. And I think it is No Mercy that they're going to do the match.
Mercy. They announced No Mercy. So we got No Mercy coming up at the end of September. We got NXT Homecoming at Full Sail in the middle of September. But yeah, WWE, stop using NXT as a sacrificial lamb because I would not be shocked if there's an AEW event. Oh, No Mercy.
I'm sure there will be, and you know what? And I'm sure there's going to be
Homecoming is on a Wednesday.
Yeah, there's going to be something where it's like, look, if you're going to do this shit, at least use your A team. Like they've already beaten NXT once. Just if you're going to try it, just fucking go for it.
But the weird thing about this show, no Trick.
That is true. That is true. No Trick. He did not show up once. The only time you saw Trick was when they showed the highlights of the match that Javon won to get this. Dark State finally wins something. They beat Hank and Tank for the tag titles.
They had me scared for a second.
Brother, when they stopped whatever like powerbomb shit they were going to do and Hank took out 3 of them with a big splash, I was like, oh shit. They're really going to do this again. Y'all chat, my butthole puckered. I was I was scared.
I was over here like, are they really? Because it's not like I don't like Hank and Tank. It's just I know the NXT tag team scene can be better. And it's nothing against Hank and Tank. It's like, there's no one left if y'all beat Dark State.
Because they've beaten everybody else. They've literally beaten everyone else on this roster.
There's no one. So when Dark State, I was like, yay, Dark State won. At least we're getting new tag teams out of this. Because they all go free bird though. Fuck out of this title. I can't wait.
And we didn't even
James.
Bro, I said it when I was doing coverage of it for Sports Kita, and I was like, I'll tell y'all one thing. The one thing I cannot wait for more than anything on Tuesday is Cutler James talking about this win. I cannot wait
Cutler
for tonight.
James is going to say we came from behind to win. If he says that, then y'all know. we got behind your butts and went in. What are you talking about? He's going to say something about coming from behind. I know he is. That man is so fruity.
God, I love him. It's so funny. He's funny though. It's like we were like shitting on this group because they didn't, and it's not their fault. They just didn't book them well. And all it took for me to be like, all right, I kind of like this again, is Cutler just being an idiot. Like that's all it took.
They look at him and was like, "What is, bruh? We have talked about this. Why are you saying these weird ass things? There are better things to say. Why are you going out of your way to say the most suspect thing?" Because that like a couple weeks ago, they're like, "Yo, we talked about this."
That was my favorite when he said to Joe Hendry, and I don't know who it was that pulled him. I think it was Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon was like, we
talked about this. I want to see. That's the segment I want to see, Matt. I want to see them trying to explain to Cutler how to sound intimidating, because and then just like watch him do promo classes.
Like I just imagine them being like a place like the Judgment Day Clubhouse, and he's just doing suspect things. Like they do stuff, and then here comes Cutler. Yo, well, how many times have we told you if you're gonna be in Dark Side, you can't do this. You cannot be like this. Stop it. I swear, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right.
They're gonna put him in some assless chaps like HBK and just see what happens. But yeah, no, that's what I was like. Cookie said, "Fruity, that's coming from a fruit."
Like when Abel was like Fruity State, and I was like, hold up, that ain't all of them. I like the YNWO. That ain't all of us. That is not all of us. I like the YNWO. That ain't all of them. This is Cutler. Let's keep it clear. This is Cutler. That ain't Dion.
I genuinely, I don't think I'm looking forward more to anything in wrestling this week than hearing whatever the fuck Cutler James is gonna say.
I need him to wear his. He need to wear his belt. He need to wear it backwards. He gotta have the title plate on.
Have it on his ass.
Right on his ass. Like he has to be. Like that's like I envision Dark State. They gotta jump him out. Like it's gonna get to the point where they're just like, all right, you doing too much suspect stuff. You got to go. Like that's how I imagine. Like Cutler James gets kicked out because he's just too free.
Give that man a tramp stamp of the belt.
Please. A tramp stamp of the belt.
Please, yes. I'm begging you. I would die.
Since he's always talking about from behind, like you know what, you gonna wear your belt backwards if you don't want to you don't want to. When you got to defend it, you gonna wear the belt backwards.
The group, the stable really is just like one guy saying weird shit.
Yeah.
And people going, "Hey, yo, what the what?" That's the whole stable. It went from like we're the Shield to.
And we're here to beat y'all's ass, man. Somebody ass, we gonna open you up, huh? What?
Whoa!
What?
Somebody come get your man. Somebody come get your man.
What are you talking? We always said we was gonna beat their ass. We ain't said nothing about opening it up. What are you talking about, Cutler?
We're gonna get up in your ass. No, we're not getting in. No. It's so.
We didn't say anything about getting in there. Why are you so obsessed with getting inside someone? What is wrong with you, Cutler?
Good God. Ash by Elegance wins the Knockouts World title back for TNA by pinning Masha Slamovich.
That was a cool match.
I'll say this: Ash has gotten better.
Yeah, Ash has gotten better. She finally has. I was happy for her. It made sense. Like I picked JC to win because I thought this is my whole. I've already told this to Greg, so if it happens, we gonna write it out right now for everybody else watching. This is what I think is gonna happen with JC. We see Jasmine, my baby Jasmine, the other Maddie's angel. JC keeps talking that shit to her. I've been telling Jasmine, hey, we don't need this. We better than this. We can leave. Leave when you ready. Oh, girl, thick ass lady. She been kissing that ass of JC for weeks and weeks and weeks, and she keeps popping in. She gonna replace Jasmine. Jasmine is gonna make her exit. She gonna finally make her exit. Yes, Cookies. That redhead tall chick is gonna pop. That redhead chick is gonna replace Jasmine. Jasmine is gonna leave. She is probably gonna be the reason why JC wins at No Mercy. She's probably gonna help. I feel like that's the new Fatal Influence. Jasmine is on the way out. She keeps picking at Jasmine. Jasmine's gonna Pele kick her. Ash by Elegance, I like what they did. I didn't pick her to win, but the way they did it, I see what y'all did. Y'all let the former NXT talent win at an NXT show. Okay. I'm not mad at it. I'm glad Dana Brooke / Ash by Elegance is finally getting her due, because when she got that 24/7 title, I hated that. I was like, why y'all got her walking around with essentially when you give your little brother the controller and he thinks he's playing and it's unplugged? I was like, y'all ain't doing her like, why y'all doing her like this?
This is we're probably gonna fire you, but just one last.
Here's a belt.
She has gotten better. And I'll say this: the Elegance brand is one of the most consistent things on TNA.
They just need to get rid of Iceman.
Yeah, I can't fucking stand Iceman. I've never liked him. Not as a person, I'm sure he's fine.
He's
But
cool.
I remember,
like he sucks.
do you remember when they were streaming on Twitch, and like instead of commercial breaks, they would have him and Melissa
I don't like
Santos.
his voice.
It's not a good voice for
annoying.
this. It's not a good voice for this. He doesn't have a good voice for this.
Like
So-
when he cuts her hair, it's ass my ass. I'm like, bro, get the
He's
fuck
monotone.
off my screen.
Ladies and
Why-
gentlemen, I am here to bring elegance, the elegance brand, and it's the same tone.
He sounds like
nonstop.
a 1930s announcer, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I know you're
This-
trying. You suck.
This sucks. Yeah, this sucks.
You are like you're Luther, and Luther doesn't talk. You need to be like Luther.
Honestly,
Like, I understand what
yeah,
y'all trying to do. Luther,
not
there's a
working.
reason Luther don't talk.
Blake Monroe beats Jordan Grace. Ethan Page and Chelsea Green beat the
Ass.
Olympians.
Another
Canada,
ass.
Canada.
You this is how you know we was down bad. I was like, man, why is this match the second? This was the second to last match, and I was so pissed because I said this
Bro.
should have opened the show. This is
I
the
will-
match I was hoping to open the show because I was going to be like, all right, I can show up late. Nope, Kalani. As soon as I saw Kalani and all them, I said, HBK, what you doing?
They're making sure you watch the whole damn thing. That's what they're doing. I was so mad about this chat that I was like, all right, no more notes because I would have had
was like,
I would have had
"We ain't
Chelsea
doing
and
no
Ethan.
notes."
I'd
I
have
was
had a
over
point.
here. I was just over here like, man, I don't care about Tavion and old girl Chelsea. I'm here. I was like, I'm just here for the cheeks of Chelsea and to say one of my favorite things to say during NXT.
I love Ego. I love Chelsea Green. And
I
remember
was
last
happy
year we were like,
to cheer on
man,
Canada.
remember last year we were like, man, this Tavion Heights guy is really good. I hope they do something with him. And then for a year they didn't do anything with him.
And now he won his freedom just to join an intergender tag team. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't care.
they-
Also,
they
they decided to hype their. If that didn't get you hyped, the funniest moment of the night was Lexus King tonight. This is our little as a preview to the NXT preview. You're gonna get Lexus King versus Miles. Miles, our boy Miles. I forgot his last name. Miles Bourne. That's his last name.
Yeah.
Ava, he was like, I blinded him. She was like, you can't just go around blinding people. Because that last week, that was the only interesting part of NXT. We were like, yo, what the fuck just happened? Lexus King going around blinding people. So Ava was like, we're going to put you in a blindfold match. This motherfucker says, hold up. You can't just be going around taking sight from people. Like,
Bro.
did you not just do that last week?
Are you excited for that match tonight, Matt?
No, I'm getting up when that match happens. I'm not excited to see the deaf kid in a blind. Y'all putting a deaf kid, a mostly deaf kid, in a blindfold match, taking his other sense from him. So he gonna have to beat Lexus by the sense of smell now.
Matt, you were a TNA fan, so you got to see this one match that I'm thinking of. Has there ever been a good blindfold match? Like I remember, like Jake the Snake and who was the Rick the Model Martel. And
that shit
like
ass. I've seen that match.
But like remember like the match starts with like Jake tries to pull the mask and you see his fingers behind the mask. Like, oh, there's how it's to work. And now those matches are forever ruined. And then TNA said, hey, we'll actually use real black bags for James Storm and Chris Harris.
I was saying, one of these blindfold matches, they actually were like, you know what? We're going to do real. And it's like, now they really can't see. So this is really terrible.
That shit was
people are going to get hurt.
And now it's like, all right, now you got somebody that's deaf in a blindfold match. That can't go well. Like Lexus still has an advantage. It's ridiculous.
Lexus cracked me up. So he was like, you can't just go around taking people's vision from them. And I was like, sir, you threw you threw something into Miles' eye.
It was mace.
Him.
He said something like, being blind must be tough. I'm deaf. I'm not blind. You are now mace. Literally scream mace.
Because we were sitting there like, this NXT episode sucks ass. He was like, I'm deaf. I can see. You can't now. I was like, did he just base a personal TV?
Bro.
You saw me right there, like Lexus. I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you on that.
I don't know, man. Lexus is,
you assaulted a handicapped person. I not. No.
he's so stupid, but it's also like it's kind of funny.
Right.
But anyway, the main event was actually incredible. Javon and Oba. First off, I genuinely, you could put Oba Femi on the main roster in a world title picture right now. You can put him in a world title picture right now, and it wouldn't faze me.
Like
he is incredible.
People on Twitter have already started, like after that match, people were like, all right, there's nothing y'all need to do. Y'all need to just give him the KO treatment. Bring him up with the NXT title. Because they say either KO, give him the KO treatment, or give him the Oscar.
Oh yeah,
I have all those challengers.
I got him. Yeah, because first off, we're gonna get into the match, but the ending of the match, Javon loses, and then who's the challenger for him? Ricky Saints, and
this is so like the way like Kenny ain't here. I'll speak for Kenny. Kenny got to do his victory lap because he said it last week. And this dude loses, he's forever a loser in my eyes. He ain't never gonna win. I let Kenny say that. This is my rebuttal to that because of the way that match ended. If Javon lost, just straight up, I can be on Kenny's side. Like, you know what? They never do nothing. It's still the Javon Evans show. The boy had fuckery. He technically won. We saw him get the 1, 2, 3 from a ref, but it wasn't the ref who started the match. It was the substitute ref. The substitute ref was getting ready to count 3. The other ref came in after he hit his hand, after his hand hit 3, and he's like, nope, Oba's foot is under the rope. It doesn't count. So as soon as that happened, I'm like, oh, Javon is distracted. He's like, no, I won. Because honestly, once you hear that third clap, I won. So he's out of it. He's out of fighting mode. And Oba's like, oh no, they said the match ain't over, player. What you talking about?
Bro, when he's hit that shot put out of the ring and onto that first off, Javon has got to be before the show started, they were showing highlights of like Trick, Javon, Ethan, and Sean Spears in that match last year. Mm-hmm. And the same spot happens where Trick sees Javon going for a springboard and he launches his ass off onto the table. So we're like, oh, Javon is allergic to tables. I think that's what they're trying to tell us.
Basically.
Because Javon keeps getting put through tables and dying. But you're right. Not only was Javon protected first off by getting that 3 count, but he also comes in injured. So he's not 100%. They protected Javon against Oba Femi.
He's still HBK's pride and joy.
I don't.
Kenny gets his victory lap. Yeah, he told y'all, nah, we need to cut Javon. First of all, I'm not cutting the young OG.
Nah, that man wins most of his matches anyway. If you want to cut him, Matt, I'll pick him up for you.
I know. Like I saw it from day one because it's like you can't be on a show as much as you are, be featured as heavily as you are, and not like for all of us, it's just stop edging us, stop teasing us, stop letting him be in this title picture. I don't think he's not gonna be a Bianca. Like for the men, like as much as I love the women, I'd be like Maddie's Angels. Javon is one of my people. He's probably like him and Trick are probably the two people I fuck with the most. Oba's Oba. You can't be. I was there with Oba from day one. Bro, Oba big. Oba don't count. Now Trick start off. Trick Willie, we got it. Come on now. I was bumping to that. I like that. Now Javon, everybody like Javon. I'm just tired of I'm just tired of the whole, is he going to finally win it? And it's just getting so old and redundant.
Yeah.
And it's just one of the things you have to go through as a fan of somebody. Like, I remember when Dolph had the money in the bank.
I knew you were going to bring up Dolph. I was like, this feels like Dolph.
I remember when Dolph had the money in the bank, and I was just like, everybody's like, who's your favorite person in the company? And I'll be like, hey, I fuck with Dolph. Dolph is that dude. He ain't gonna win them. He ain't doing nothing with that. When he finally cashed in, it was the night after fucking WrestleMania. But nobody, it was like so, like by the time it finally happened, it was like, of course it's happening. It has to happen now. It's
they don't have much time left. It's,
right, it ain't nothing else to do. Like there's no better time to do it. They're doing the same thing with Javon. It's like, hey, we're getting you amped up again. We know y'all love Javon. We know the crowd is going to support him. Yeah, Batty, he's still young. He's still in his 20s.
And that's true. Not only is he in his 20s, he's not even like 22 yet.
Right, like he's just putting on his
young.
grown man weight. He's like,
yeah, he just was able to legally drink alcohol. Like he really. That's my one thing about Javon. I do think he's ready. He could be a champion in NXT right now. But him being young is probably the reason they're just being slow as shit with it. They could put that North American title on though.
Yeah, like there's a bunch. That was the thing with me. It's like if you don't want him to be like I've always seen, it's been the Javon Evans show. It's just why if you're gonna feature somebody so damn much, why don't you put a belt on him? Like Shawn Legacy got to be featured on NXT. He didn't win a belt, but he was in the vicinity of winning one. And now he's fighting Ridge Holland, unfortunately, who still has a job. If y'all didn't know that about Ridge Holland, you do now. He's in Evolve. But that's the thing with Javon Evans. He wins off his matches. He gets built up properly, and that's what HBK loves to do. He gets us hyped. He thinks we about to do something, and then he's like, psych! And that's all it is. It's just basically, when Javon does win, it's probably when we're not expecting it. It's going to be a moment where we're going to be like, oh, is he going to lose again like he normally does? And that's going to be the night he wins. Well, that's what's going to probably happen. We were all expecting, that crowd was expecting Javon to win that night. He didn't. The night we're probably, when the odds are not in his favor, because it's probably going to be like Greg said, they're probably they're treading water to Trick and Oba, so he can knock out two. I've been
calling it since last year when like Trick was champion and Oba was champion and Javon just started really getting big, and I was like, these three seem like their current big three. It just seems like this is it. And they brought in Ricky and they have Ethan, but Javon is above them both.
Yeah,
and it's just. I agree with you. I don't think it's gonna be a Bianca situation. Bianca came in already late 20s. She's in her mid 30s now. So she came in, spent 2 years in NXT. They couldn't wait any longer to bring her up. Javon is just turned 21. So I think what they're doing is they're just taking time. I will say this, and Kenny had every right to say what he wanted to say about that.
Oh yeah.
I think Heatwave was the time to do it.
Yeah, like that. They waited because I was ready to finally celebrate, and it's like, all right, now y'all are doing like y'all did us with Chad Gable. Like once Chad went, like it took Chad Gable's elbow giving out for him to get saved from that, because El Grande Americano was going to end up winning some sort of main roster title, and it's like, this is cool. I wish it was Chad Gable, but it is Chad Gable. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's El Grande Americano. I know that's Chad Gable, but don't play in my face. This is not Chad Gable getting to rejoice in this. And that's how I'm looking at it now with Javon. Like when he does win, I'm gonna be happy. But we're gonna be like, you're 6 months too late. You're X amount of months too late. Why didn't you do this at Heatwave? Because when it does happen, that's what we're gonna say. Why didn't you do this on 8/24? Why didn't you do this on Kobe Day?
Yeah.
HBK,
yeah.
You should have known you should have did it on that day.
Javon hits Oba with a super kick, and Oba falls down and he looks back and he's like stunned, and it's like it feels you feel the moment. You feel the it's like,
Mhm.
oh shit. And they didn't do it. And WWE lately has had a problem of like pulling the trigger late, delaying as long as they can.
Yeah, because the way this they told the story perfectly. Tuesday night, he beats obstacle number one in Trick, the person who's always looked at him as a little brother. Man, get out of the way. What have I told you? Get out the ring. Stop showing up when grown folks talking, boy. He's literally said that to him. He beat him. All right, you beat that one. You beat that person. Now you can go after this other. You can go after Oba, the other person who doesn't believe in you, who thinks you are nothing but a gnat. You're just a little bug in his vicinity. He's swatting you. Get out of my way. You beat him. And then on Sunday, they both, because I had Trick coming out there to try and interfere just because he's Trick and A. And Javon getting the upper hand and getting one over on Trick again, beating Oba, and then Oba and Trick are sitting there looking stupid like, I would have won if you didn't come out here. Well, you needed my help, and then that's how we would have got Trick versus Oba. But no, now it's looking more and more likely they're going to do what Greg is saying. They want this big three. They know that these two dudes have been playing Javon to the left because all they care about is fighting one another because he's like, you got a belt I've never had. You've got a belt that I want back. All right, let's fight. And Javon's like, no, I want to fight. Get out of here. We ain't worried about you. Let's fight.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, all right, since y'all want to keep on ignoring me, it's going to take him it's either going to be a triple threat, and then once Oba in lost, then that's when Trick going to lose his belt. Because they're not going to put both of them titles on the line. They've already said it's Javon. It's going to be essentially Trick versus Santana at Bound for Glory.
Santana's winning that belt. Santana's
right.
winning.
So, like, at this point, if they really want to do something crazy, hey, cross all the streams. Make it a fatal 4-way. Make it a fuck. Or do something that's only been done once. And this is me being a super wrestling nerd and being a super fan. Do a fatal 4-way with Trick, Santana, Oba, and Javon. And we're going to do just like WrestleMania 2000 when it was Angle, Jericho, and Benoit. The first fall is for one of them titles. It's for the NXT title. No, the first fall is for the TNA title. Santana wins. And then the second fall, oh my goodness, Javon wins. And then both of y'all ain't got no belts. And then both of y'all can go to the main roster. TNA can be happy with their new champion. NXT can be happy with their new champion.
I don't hate that, Matt.
They've only done it once because the first time they did it, it was Angle, Benoit, and Jericho. Angle came in with 2 belts. He left with 0. he left with no belts. Jericho left as the European champion, and Redacted left as the Intercontinental champion.
I don't hate it, Matt. I don't hate it. Let's quickly, real quick. Raw didn't have much.
Raw was a show. They knew there wasn't nobody watching at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Bro, not only was it not a great show, it was not a great go home for what's not going to be a great.
No, it's not going to be a good PLE just because unfortunately Naomi got club shot up. So no Stephanie. They told us last night Stephanie ain't even getting a match. There is no women's title match.
I think you have Stephanie fight whoever. At least gives you one more thing to sink your teeth into because Clash in Paris right now sucks. And we'll talk about that more.
Ass in Paris.
It looks bad. It looks bad. But Raw last night was mostly about setting up Clash in Paris. Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch confirmed they're going to fight in Paris at Clash in Paris. Dirty Dom is going to defend against AJ Styles on Raw next week.
They need to push that to Sunday. But if they want to win to Monday, I will take that and I will probably have to use a pickup.
Gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
After AJ decided to beat Finn, I was like, hold up. Why are you fighting Finn again? This is this is a pay-per-view match. Why is this not on pay-per-view? Don't do this. It's for the people of Paris. No.
Fuck Paris.
No. That's how I was low-key feeling. Like, fuck people of Paris.
The one thing, nothing that was really interesting last night except for one thing, and it was Jey Uso talking to Roman. And Roman, I love this thing that Roman, he actually says, hey, you got to stop helping other people. And he says, and that's and I when he said
Including me.
that, yeah, Matt, when he said that, literally it was me, and I think some of y'all were even like hearing it, and we were all like, why would, of all people to say that? And then Roman said, myself included. I was like, okay, all right. I'm glad he said that. If he had gone on and not mentioned, oh, the person who left out most was me, I was gonna lose.
Roman spent this whole show going out of his way, like, hey, for all y'all that saying my cousin don't belong in this, first of all, but I was looking like, first of all, how he's like, he got a rematch clause. Roman, they did away with those. So how he got a rematch clause?
That's true. They did do that.
But I'm gonna shut the fuck up, Mr. Tribal Chief. I ain't gonna question. Maybe that's just something what y'all Samoans got. Y'all got rematch clauses. Last time I checked, those don't exist no more. He's like, hey, he deserves to be in this fatal 4-way. I'm like, it's a fatal fucking 4-way. What the fuck you mean? Why are y'all mad that
you don't gotta deserve shit. You don't gotta deserve a damn thing.
I'm like, he's not winning.
LA Knight didn't deserve it either. Yeah.
I'm like, y'all getting mad about the man who's been on your show this whole time. And y'all
have you seen those videos of
oh, my husband's gonna describe this.
You better pay attention.
My cousin gonna challenge, and y'all better be nice.
Y'all better be
and
nice.
Y'all better acknowledge him. Like,
Jay's
okay.
like, yeah, so I'm gonna win this because Yeet, and Roman's behind him like
y'all better Yeet. Like, that's how I just looked at all that. Like, why? Like, nobody. There's only a small segment of the wrestling community that's really over here. Like, why is Yeet Man in this?
They don't matter. They don't.
It's like, I see what y'all are doing. Y'all basically, I said it as soon as he lost the title. This is all just y'all. This is just the way of them saying that Jay is a 2-time world heavyweight champion. He's gonna win it a second time, y'all.
Yeah, he's getting it,
but he is.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening next week, but it's happening. Cookie, yeah, there you go. Cookies. He's the most popular one on the show outside of Roman and Punk. Like he's
like there's nothing.
Super over.
That's the whole reason why they low key took the belt off of him, because they were like, he's better as the dude that is chasing and the dude that gets the crowd. He's better when he's the chaser and the hype man, not when he's the champ and the hype man.
And they just didn't have the roster really to give him a good run.
Yeah,
so they cut it short.
Neither him or Gunther.
So they cut it short, and they cut Gunther's reign short, and we finally got back on track. Jay will get another shot. Gunther obviously is going to be like a 9-time world champion. He'll be fine.
Like, Roman's got to get his shot with this. He's going to get his photo op eventually with this
he
belt.
Said it. He said it last night. He said, right now it's Jay's time, but my time will come again. Like,
as soon as he showed up, I was like, oh yeah, you gotta win the fake WCW title now too.
Bro, Roman's gonna win the Royal Rumble and challenge for the B title.
This is like everything. Let's look at it this way, y'all. When people complain about it, just think about it like this. Remember about, I don't know, this is 2025, so yeah, about 10 years ago, when John Cena started randomly winning the World Heavyweight Championship, and you'd be like, ew, he looks weird with this stuff. That's what this is about to be. This is exactly what this is about to be. John Cena looked weird as hell with the WCW title, because that's what it essentially is. He looked weird. It's like, ew, you don't look right with the big gold. Why don't you have the WWE title?
Seth looks good with it. Jay looks good with it. Roman's not going to look good with that. It's going to look weird. It's going to look really weird.
Just like the WWE title, the spinner looked weird on Triple H. Like, why is this?
Oh my God. Matt, you were in my. I was about to say the same thing. Like Triple H with that WWE championship was the goofiest shit.
Like when that was the thing that honestly everybody started hating the spinner belt, because we were used to, when somebody gets a personalized belt, once they lose it, it changes back. It didn't change back. It never went back to the old WWE title. It just stayed the spinner belt. So it's like, all right, you got the spinner belt with Randy Orton. You got the spinner belt with Triple H.
When did spinners went out of style? Mid-2000s.
Yeah,
right?
they were essentially done. Like when Vince was hitting the trend of them with John Cena, they were basically getting ready to be on their way out. Because when Vince discovered something,
It's dead.
It's dying.
Like I remember seeing that shit, and like I remember seeing spinners on cars. I don't remember seeing any in the past 20 years.
You're right. Once when he had the U.S. title spinner belt, it's like, all right, cool. Once he debuted that world title, it's like, all right. When somebody else wins it, it's gonna go back to the other belt. And that's what I really feel like. That's what pissed everybody off. Because when I would play Raw versus SmackDown, like if I won the WWE Championship with Kurt Angle's not walking around with that spinner belt. It would ask me, do you want to switch the belt back? Yes, because he don't look right with that.
Yeah, every game I've had since they had, but before they retired the spinner belt, they would always have other versions of the belt.
Yeah.
And I would always use one of the other versions because outside of Cena, that belt doesn't make any fucking sense.
Like it's like the Rock walking around with the smoking skull belt. It's like, it's not his belt.
NXT is tonight. Good God, I can't believe we made it through this. Almost 2 hours.
Y'all got Miles versus Lexus.
And
a blindfold match.
At
least they'll be in a better venue. I think they're back at the PC this week. So no,
I said earlier in the day, like I didn't notice Heatwave was like a mostly women's show. And
I didn't either until you said it.
NXT tonight is a mostly women's show.
Good. I love the women. Not like that.
I mean,
Maddie's Angels. I know the women better than I know the men for some reason. So.
The women's division is better than the men's division outside of Trick, Javon, and Oba. Like
that men's division is going to need some heavy lifting once that big, like Javon. That's why I say Javon it's the Javon Evans show. It's nice. It's nice that Ricky is challenging Oba. He ain't gonna win.
It's like when all the horsewomen but Bailey went up because hey, we still need you to be down here to make sure the next person up is ready. Like Javon and Oba or Trigger and Oba are going to go up first. Javon's going to stick around a little bit longer and then go up.
Javon's going to go up with Wes.
If Wes ever goes up.
If Wes ever gets to go up. That's why I was just like, he'll probably, because Oba and Trick are leaving Wes behind. I'll see y'all. Wes is the original Javon.
Yeah, and Wes, heel Wes, started strong.
He need to leave the Smart Brothers behind.
Yeah, those brothers are killing him.
That's when we know he's on his way. Like when he says, "Oh, I'm done with y'all some losers." That's when he gonna get that call up. Because that's all he needs is to be a call up. If they want him to stay in NXT and basically be the NXT Dolph and build people up and help them learn, then so be it. Because he's gonna have a job for life with that. Just being a trainer.
True. Lexus King and Miles Bourne in a blindfold match, like you said. Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame are facing Ren Sinclair and a partner of her choosing.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know. I don't know.
I hope it's so. At this point, I can't think of anybody Indy was. I guess it could possibly, maybe Soul, maybe a TNA name.
Kalani Jordan takes on Blake Monroe. So sorry, Kalani. Another loss.
Kalani, you about to lose.
Yeah. Because Kalani, didn't Kalani fight her 2 weeks ago, and Jordan?
Yeah, and she beat her. That was her first loss.
So Blake
Jada gonna come out there. Jada gonna come out there and fuck with her because Jada's still pissed off at losing. She was like, I was gonna beat her. And then Kalani,
but Jada, you're the one that got pinned,
right?
And then never mind, it won't be Soul. Lola teams up with Soul, Ruka, and Zarya to take on Fatal Influence.
Oh yeah, because if y'all didn't know this, we had skipped over this, but it's just a minor note. Speed titles are coming to NXT now. NXT is the adopted parent. They adopt all the orphan titles. We get all the orphan titles.
Let me ask you, Mac. I'm assuming Speed is dead now on Twitter.
Speed is apparently dead on X, and instead of just saying we ain't got no belts no more, NXT said, just like we adopted the Heritage Cup, we're going to adopt some Speed titles.
How long do you think those Speed titles last?
They are probably going to last until Stand and Deliver, I would say. And they're going to probably have a Speed champion versus They're gonna have Sol Ruka or whoever
North
it is
American
versus
champion or
the
whatever.
women's North American. Yeah, they're gonna absorb into the North American.
Just like
everything else
when
does.
when Melo was the North American champion and he got the cruiserweight title.
Yep.
And then yeah.
So whoever wins the North American championship in the future, you will be the North American cruiserweight speed champion.
That thing is like the thing. It just keeps like
it's full name. It's like I'm the North American champion. No. That's just a short name. Its full name is North American Cruiserweight Speed. And if we keep fucking around, for some reason they don't want to absorb it into it. Heritage Cup.
Yeah, I mean, when is the last time you saw the Heritage Cup? Like Stacks comes out with the little thing on it.
He gets the blurb on it. He ain't walked out with it. That's why I always be like, is he still the Heritage Cup champion? And they'll be like, Heritage Cup champion, Stacks. Where's the cup?
All right.
Where's the cup
where's the title defense? So yeah, that's it for NXT. I think we're gonna call it there. Good God. Yeah, definitely longer than normal, but thank y'all so much. Hit a pretty decent number today, around 70 people, whether you're Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about what happens on NXT tonight. Get you ready for Dynamite tomorrow night, and then on Thursday, I guess we're gonna predict Clash. I really don't give a fuck about it. We might do the quiz show.
Also, the way Clash is going, that's gonna be a quick prediction. So quiz show might be bad.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll know.
It's only 5 matches, unless Cody gets added.
5 matches. I think we're all gonna pick the same shit. So it really just ain't much. So yeah, y'all can follow us at facebook.com/undertheringpod and twitch.tv/undertheringpod to get all updates, news, and details on any of our new projects, any of my articles, or anything that we all do. You can also get us at our personal links, Linktree and fingertip/undertheringpod. Go there to see what we're all up with when we're not talking about wrestling. You can find me, the former champion, at Greg Bush SK on Twitter and just Greg Bush on Blue Sky. Kenny at Rock Ribs 44. We got Mr. Freshbeard, Mike Jones, Mike Champa at Mr. Freshbeard. We have, hold on. We might have lost Facebook stream. We're ending anyway, so it's fine.
Right.
You can get the forever Intercontinental Champion and my forever rival, the forever co-host. He is Matty Reigns at The Right Answer. We got our street team captain, Tito at Borea Maliente. And I got asked about this earlier by T-Dog. Our boy, Justin D. Baxley, congratulations on your favorite person getting engaged, brother.
Man, congrats.
T-Swizzle and Kelsey.
T-Swizzle in Cincinnati, the dude I used to see walking as I would be walking to class, chilling, smoking a cig from time to time. Travis Kelsey. Shout out to Killer Trav, fellow Bearcat, even though I love Ohio State. It's them Bearcats. We out here. We out here, baby. We got us T-Swizzle on that Bearcat now. Yeah.
When we're going to see her at a Bearcat game. That's my question.
Damn right.
Great night. Enjoy NXT. We'll see you tomorrow. Do the done.
Peace out, Batty. Peace out, Kanisha. Peace out, Cookies. Thank y'all for joining us. All 74 of y'all. Y'all like what y'all see? See us tomorrow. Join us tomorrow for Boom Goes Down.